Meanwhile, Liverpool, of course, have struggled with injuries this season. Conor Bradley out till the next campaign. Isak very much out as well until the end of March. It's a striker situation that I want to talk about as Jürgen and Frank are with us. And this is very much in a positive vibe, Jürgen. What we've seen from Ekitike this season, of course, excellent at the weekend. That second goal he took was exceptional. You look at this, what do you really like about the Frenchman?
Well, what I like is he's extremely spontaneous. You know, he's reading the game ahead, and he surprises probably himself as well in what he's doing and how he's finishing off certain opportunities. And he's very difficult to read for defenders. Now, it's a fun player really to watch.
I've been very impressed with him in tight spaces, and I agree with everything the guys have said. His link-up play has been way better than I thought it was going to be, linking up with his teammates. And we saw this in the Community Shield, actually, a week before the season started. He's a type of player that when the ball comes up to his feet, he is spontaneous, but he's also at times got a picture. Mm-hmm. And that picture sometimes is a little flick round the corner and a 1-2 and spinning in and getting the ball back. And I've been really impressed with his touch. He's a big guy, he's a skinny guy, very, very skinny guy, but he's big and tall. He's relatively quick, but I think he's got a deft first touch, or he's got a deft touch. He looks quite light on his feet. And some of the goals he scores, a lot of them, they have got this deft touch about him. You saw that goal there in that game, the little flick. That was the game against, was it Newcastle? Newcastle, where he scored the brilliant goal. Again, it was deft with the outside of the right foot. Yeah. But I've been impressed with his awareness of where his teammates are. Sometimes the ball goes up to your front man, it's all about wrestling the centre half and hold up play and all that sort of stuff, and that's part of the game, which he can do. But I've really been impressed with his skill level in tight spaces, as well as obviously his goals this season.
So Isak has obviously been out for an injury for a while, Jürgen. I suppose the big question is, can you play both of them up front at the same time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you try out different variations in training. You want to see how they match up. But for me, from the outside, looking at all the forwards that Liverpool has at its disposal, it's difficult for a manager, to get them all on the field and to get them playing time and to keep them happy. I mean, you have Florian Wirtz, you have Ekitike, you have Isak is injured, Salah, Gakpo. Chiesa is even on the bench still. I mean, this is you figure out ways, who matches well up front there. Yeah, you have a lot of choices.
But if you play, if you played the two of them, Ekitike would probably have to play wide, and if you didn't do that, they'd have to play as a front pairing, or maybe a little bit of a hybrid, with Ekitike floating around. But that's Florian Wirtz. That's really what his skill set is, although he hasn't always played there this season. But that's what he does. And maybe one of the reasons you would do that is because they're getting nothing out of the front three with Mo Salah on that right-hand side at the moment. He left for the AFCON as a passenger, unfortunately, this season, and he's returned as a passenger. And that's a headache for Arne Slot, whether he changes shape to get two players in and Mo Salah out, because you're not going to play Mo Salah, because if you play Alexander Isak and Ekitike and Florian Wirtz behind, then you can only play three in midfield. If you play two of them, you can only play four in midfield, and that means Mo Salah and Florian Wirtz as the left and right-sided midfielders, and that's not going to ever happen in a month of Sundays, because you're just going to get ripped apart. I mean, you can put Florian Wirtz left in a front three, Salah left in a front three, but you can't put them in wide positions in a four, because Liverpool have already struggled in the middle of the park this season, and that's put extra pressure on the back line that has creaked and cracked under pressure. So it's not as simple as just saying, oh, we can play these two, they're great players. It's how's that going to affect the other areas of this Liverpool team that, if we're being honest, have already struggled badly this season.
You take Isak back?
I won't put him back in, by the way. Oh, you take him back?
to Newcastle. No, he's
All
burnt,
forgiven, Shaq?
he's burnt his bridges. He's burnt his
With their
bridges.
receipts.
He's burnt his bridges with the Geordies.
You bitter man.
For free, for free,
Yes, we are.
Shaka.
Yes, we
You
are.
get it for free back.
Listen, I'm with Craig on this. I'm not sure how you play the two, especially with this defence that Liverpool have right now. You've got to put two defenders in front of this back four. The back four just are underperforming at that level that you've got to put two in front of there. And if you do that, then you have no numbers to make the two strikers work. Ekitike is a player in form. I know Isaac is injured. When he comes back, I don't know how you shoehorn him into that.
And you've already been weak in the full-back position this year, so you've got to have. If you change this is all it's all ifs and buts. But if you did change the shape of the side, you have to have people in the wide position that are prepared to graft and come back and help. Because you may have noticed, if you've watched Liverpool this year, Kerkez has really struggled. It's been a tough move for the young man, moving to a big club like Liverpool. And they've struggled on the other side because Frimpong's not really a right back, and he's certainly not the biggest. He's quick, but he's not the biggest. He's got no physicality. I mean, he's really small. And Conor Bradley's injured. Joe Gomez has played there, but he's always injured. So you've already got issues in those areas. You can't just say, hey, we're going to play 4-4-2 and we're going to put two attacking players in the right and left side of midfield that are not going to do much defensively, because your fullbacks are already getting murdered this season already. So it's way more difficult than that. And by the way, I don't think there's a rush to get Isaac into the side. I think Ekitike, as we spoke about, has been very, very good.